Hi, I'm Blake Scarlevi with Route 16, and I've got another new release wave feature to show off for you. So this is in the brand new 2025 release wave 1. Literally just saw it pop up in my environment, so I believe it just became available for public preview. Um, and what it is the ability to add your own row summaries in model-driven apps for basically any table, native or custom. Um, so if you're familiar with the Copilot summaries that exist today, it's within Sales Hub, and it's, I believe, for lead, opportunity, and account. You can ask Copilot for a summary, and you can customize like which fields go into that summary, but it's just for those three native entities. Um, well, now with this row summary feature, Microsoft is expanding it to basically all entities, and it shows up as a kind of like a widget on the form, and you can basically decide what goes into that summary. So let's take a look at it. And as always, we have to, with these preview features, we have to go into the admin portal, go to your environment, go to settings, and then under products and then features, it is called Insights, AI Insights, I believe. So it's not uh, something you would think for this specific feature. But if you scroll down a bit, there's this natural language grid and view search that we showed in a previous video. And right under that, there's these AI Insight cards. So it does say record summaries and other Copilot insights will appear on main forms. So make sure you just enable that, and then uh, you do have to click save. Sometimes now the save is anchored here. You can't see with my camera, but there's a save at the bottom. Sometimes I notice it doesn't get anchored, so it's hard to realize you have to save because you have to keep scrolling all the way down. So once you toggle that on, you do have to click save, and then once you do that, you should be able to go to pretty much any entity, um, as long as it is customizable and has a form. So if you go to the overview of the entity page, at the top right here, there is this row summary link here. So you click that. It takes you to this like Copilot type page where you can write prompts. So I already wrote mine. See if I can zoom this in here. So it does tell you, gives you a little bit of help. So describe the rows and columns you want summarized. And then it does say, specify the output. So if you want paragraph form or bullet points. So what's really cool here is it gives you this add data, and it gives you like little shortcuts because I'm on the account. So I can click on account and I can pick any fields from the account. I can also pick related fields. So if I want to pull in like the primary contact and a field from that contact, I can do that as well. Um, so you can add those data points into what you want your summary to be here. So I just have very basic name, website, city, state, and then I do say use bullet points, and you could test it out here as well, make sure it looks good. If it does, you click this apply to main forms, um, and once you do that, you should be able to go to your record. So I'm going to go to my account here, Contoso, and it'll automatically get a summary here at the top. Mine seemed like it was already cached, but it does, take a few seconds. It says it's loading, and I believe you can collapse it so it looks like this. Here's a summary of the count. You got to expand it, and you can copy this data. So if you are just like sending it to someone through Teams or email or whatnot, you can easily copy this summary if you're putting it in a report or whatnot. So that's pretty helpful there. And it does try to format it for you, like the links are clickable, etc. So that's pretty cool. Um, the one thing I don't really know how this gets deployed. I believe it would come over with the form customizations. but I'm not sure like how the prompt gets deployed. So that's one thing still looking into is if the summary itself is like solution aware. Um, and the other thing as well is if you're using Sales Hub Copilot. So with Sales Hub, there's this separate in the app settings. There's this Copilot. You can enable record summaries and Copilot in general, which gives us this Copilot on the right. Um, but for these native entities, you can pick which fields you want summarized. So here I have credit limit, website ownership, and then that allows me to ask Copilot to summarize the record for me. So what I noticed is this is what my summary looks like now, which here you can see I don't have country set up, but it shows country. But I do in my row summary, I did put country in there. So I don't know if it's trying to use both uh, from the Sales Hub configuration and from the row cut summary configuration. So that's one thing I'm interested in because here it doesn't even talk about. I mean, I don't have a lot of this data populated, so that could be part of the reason. Um, but yeah, that's one thing I'm curious about is if the Copilot summary, if it's going to use the Sales Hub configuration or if it's going to use the row summary or a mix of both. Um, but this is still preview, so it's going to change along the way as it gets ready for public release. But it's looking good so far. It's a pretty cool new feature. I'm excited about more Copilot stuff like this that gets embedded into model driven apps. So hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.